I'm probably gonna regret sharing this, but when I was younger, late high school, early college, and somebody would ask me what my favorite movie was, I always responded, Saw 6. Now I fancy myself as a hipster. I wasn't necessarily being ironic, because I legitimately think that Saw 6 is a great film. I actually think the whole Saw series is very well written, and I'm not a fan of violence. Horror? Yeah. I saw the Saw films while I was a biomedical science student, so in my daily life, I'm dissecting stuff. I held human brains. I got over any squeamishness pretty quick. So the gore of Saw, and really most horror films, didn't get to me so much. I kind of wore it like a badge of honor. But the real reason that I love the Saw franchise is the twists. And this is talked about, but it's not talked about enough. Saw is often put in the same category as like Friday the 13th films and the Nightmare on Elm Street films. But the difference is, there was like one good twist in the entire Friday the 13th saga. I love Nightmare on Elm Street, but there was barely anything that kept me guessing in those films. Yes, they added in some humor and some meta stuff, which was cool, but Saw is in its own league. It's almost an M. Night Shyamalan-esque league, if you will. Because longtime viewers of the series get a whole different experience than somebody just watching one-off film. Every movie has multiple twists. I think the Saw films were written really well. Even the later ones. No, they're not perfect by any means, but they definitely get too much flack. So, well, today if somebody asked me what my favorite film is, I would not say Saw 6, but I would say that the Saw films do hard twists better than most modern horror. As a fun aside, if you're still here, you're probably a Saw fan. After filming wrapped on Saw 7, they had this auction to buy stuff from the films, and I made out like a bandit. That was an actual piece of flesh in that scene where the guy was stuck to the car. And then that was an actual piece of glass. It's actually just prop glass. It's like rubber. But that was in the scene where Hoffman was in the, like, big box full of glass. That's Bobby Dagan's book. Billy is chumming it up with Jason. There is only one Saw. One last aside. My father also had this painting commissioned of me in that scene where they're in the spinning zoo thing from Saw 6. Because I told everybody it was my favorite movie.